Hello guys, here I have my old Chromebook from 2014 on which I already installed ChromeOS FLEX. Let's talk about why you might need to do the same. So first, it will receive updates again and it will not annoy you about not supporting applications anymore. Second, after modifying the bootloader, you will be able to boot different operating systems and permanently install them instead of stock older ChromeOS. Third, you could activate Linux on your Chromebook and get into a world of free Linux applications, which are plenty for any taste. Fourth, you can try to install Windows applications using Windows emulators for Linux. And fifth, if you, like me, love to experiment, then you have a new toy. Here you can see the website when I found all this information. This is the link to this website, mrchromebox.tech. And you will find a lot of useful information on this website. So let's talk about ChromeOS boot modes. You have normal mode, you have recovery mode when you will need to recover your Chromebook in case of emergency. And developer mode, it will activate extra features. And legacy boot mode, it will let you to boot some operating systems like Linux, Windows, etc. Here he explains you how to activate developer mode, and you can see some steps. Here he talks about features of his modified customized bootloader. Here he talks about legacy boot mode, which you will get when you install his customized bootloader. Here you can see the list of operating systems available to boot on the Chromebook. I suggest you to look into this. There are some versions of Linux you can install, and even there is a dual boot Linux and ChromeOS. Also, there is a possibility to boot into Linux and even Windows. Here is the important part. He will show you what options you will get when you boot into installer of modified firmware. And in order to start the procedure, you will need to run this command. So you will see later in the video. This part is very interesting because you can see here the list of different models of Chromebook. They are separated by their chipset. For example, this is the Intel Sandy Bridge, and you can see the list of all Chromebooks made for this chipset. For example, Intel Haswell. There is the Intel Broadwell, etc. And let's talk about my current Chromebook. This is the Toshiba Chromebook 13 model CB30. This important column here, board name, and you can see my PC is Leon. Often they refer to Chromebook by their board name, so it's good to know. Here this column says end of life. It means your Chromebook don't get any updates anymore. This column says what your Chromebook is supported by this customized firmware. And at the end, you see the column which says WP method. It stands for write protection. So you can see there are different kinds of write protection, switch, screw, jumper, etc. So let's look into my model. It says it has write protection method as a screw. So let's look into that. Here you can see the specification of Chromebook, and also you can see if you can upgrade memory or storage. In my case, it's not. So we scroll down and we see what, if we remove the back cover, we should find the screw in that corner, which we need to remove. And it will disable write protection. So let's look another way of write protection. This is the switch and this HP Pavilion Chromebook. So if you scroll down, they show you what you need to disassemble the Chromebook. So you need to remove all these screws here. You will need to remove the keyboard. And below the keyboard, you can find the switch, this white, which you need to switch to off position. Also, we can see where is a jumper for this Samsung Chromebook. Let's look into this. And you can see what this switch is available on the back. You don't need to remove or disassemble anything. You just switch it and you're good to go. So let's get back. In this section, you will see frequently asked questions. In this section, I found the answer to my problem. I couldn't boot Linux on my Chromebook from USB flash drive. And at the very end, I found it says what I need to try to create the Linux boot image on SD card. So I did that and it successfully booted. So good chance you can find the answer here. So let's move to the next step. Now it's time to try ChromeOS FLEX on your Chromebook. First, you will need to create a bootable USB with ChromeOS FLEX. Please check my separate video, the link is in the description. Second, you need to enable developer mode and USB boot on your Chromebook, so follow next steps. Enabling developer mode. First, backup all your information on a Chromebook because enabling developer mode will erase all data on the Chromebook. Second, turn off your Chromebook. And third, press Escape, Refresh, and Power. Now, press Ctrl D on the Insert Recovery Media screen. A confirmation message will appear. Next, press Enter to enable developer mode. The Chromebook will reboot. Once the conversion is complete, you will see a message that says OS verification is off. Press Ctrl D on the OS verification screen. Your Chromebook is now in the developer mode. Enable USB boot. Now open Crush, so press Ctrl Alt T. Type at the prompt the command below and press Enter. Now insert the USB drive you would like to boot from and reboot the Chromebook. Next, press Ctrl U on the OS verification screen. The Chromebook will now boot from the connected drive. Okay guys, here I will show you how to remove the write protection. I already removed the back cover. And now you can see that black screw at the top corner. We need to unscrew it, and below it you will find some kind of the foil. Okay, so I remove that screw, and now I will take on that foil. It's a bit hard to remove it with one hand, with a wrong screwdriver. And got it. So here the purpose is to verify if contacts are not connected. All is good. Let's move on to the next step. Okay guys, it's time to switch my Chromebook to developer mode. In order to do that, I need to press and hold Escape, F3, and Power button. On this screen, I will press Ctrl D. Now I will press Enter to continue. And here I will press Ctrl D. So here it says at the top left corner we have 30 seconds to cancel this process, and to do that we need to power off the Chromebook. Otherwise it will erase all information. We booted to ChromeOS and now it's time to set language to English and keyboard to US. Setting up Wi-Fi connection and moving on the next step. Okay, I already enabled developer mode. Next, I will open Chrome browser, press Ctrl-Alt-T to start Crosh, and I will run the script in order to flash custom firmware to my Chromebook. You can see terminal Crosh on the screen. Now you need to type command shell and press enter, as you can see on the screen. And next you need to copy and paste the script in the middle of the screen, like I did here. It will download the utility. Utility is ready to be used. Here you can see at the top specification of my Chromebook, and specifically you can see what write protected is disabled here. Now I will press number 2 to flash the firmware. Now I press Y to confirm. Here I will type I accept and press enter to confirm one more time. Now it says the ChromeOS will no longer be bootable after this modification and you will need to install another system. I press yes to continue. Here it offers to create a backup copy of stock firmware from a Chromebook. So I press yes. I am connecting USB drive. You can see it's connected now. I will press number 1 to confirm my USB drive. It's saving firmware now. It says complete. I press enter to start the process. It's downloading, disabling something, and installing. You can see it says it will take about 90 seconds. It's already done. Now I press enter to return to the previous menu. Here I choose option to reboot. I press R and enter. Rebooting now. Okay, this is something new, this bunny. Apparently, it looks like system is not booting anymore. And I will type exit to return to Wi-Fi options menu. I already prepared the USB boot device with ChromeOS FLEX, and in next step I will try to boot it and see how it works. Okay, so turned out my USB flash drive with ChromeOS FLEX didn't work, and I prepared now SD card with ChromeOS FLEX, which I will try to boot. In order to get to this menu, I start the Chromebook, I press escape, I get here, where is the boot menu, I press enter, I look for USB generic storage, I press enter. ChromeOS FLEX is booting now from SD card. Okay, so this is the welcome screen. Here we have English United States. If you go in this menu, we can choose keyboard and language. We will leave to English. I press get started. Okay guys, so here we have two options. You can install ChromeOS FLEX choosing this first option, or you can try it pressing on second option. So first, apparently we will try to see how it works. Here I will set up Wi-Fi and move to the next section. Okay, it's asking if it's child or not. I apparently will choose you. Okay, next. Okay, so here we need to put account. I will put my account and skip to the next part. We will skip this part. This is Google Docs. This is the adblock, installing adblock. And the main difference between ChromeOS previous one and this one, what the menu is on the left side. On the first boot, it will try to download all your applications what you already installed on the previous installation. So basically applications are linked to your account. So every time you sign in on any other Chromebook to your account, it will try to bring here all your applications what you used before. We can check settings here. And if you scroll down here, you can see the version is 116. And if we click check for updates, it will download update, but we don't need it now. Okay, so we are good here. I will turn off the Chromebook and I will try to install ChromeOS FLEX from SDK. So I press escape here, go back to boot menu. Here I choose USB storage. On this screen at the very bottom you can see some options. One of them has a small cloud and it says install ChromeOS FLEX. I will press on this button now. Here it explains what's going to happen next and it says it will erase everything from your Chromebook. So let's move on. Okay, so the last warning, installation will erase your entire hard drive. Make sure your data is backed up. Once installation starts, it can be cancelled. So I am okay with that. We just installed ChromeOS FLEX on a Chromebook and it's booting now. I will go through setup. I will set up Wi-Fi connection. Here I choose Adult View. Next. I will set up my account and skip to the next part. Okay guys, here I will check updates. Let's check the current version 116. I press check for updates. And you can see it's downloading the newer update. Okay guys, so let's check the functionality of operating system. I see it's not very slow. It's about the same as it was before. I will install Solitaire just to make sure. Okay, so Solitaire is here. And it works, I guess, perfectly fine. I don't know the rules of this particular solitaire, but it looks the same as others in this. Okay, next I will activate Linux. So for that I go to settings, I go to advanced here, scrolling down we have developers, and here you have Linux development environment, and we can turn it on. So I press turn on, set up Linux development environment. Here I need to set the account name for my user for Linux. I will put just test, and here you can adjust the disk size you allow to use for Linux. So I click install. Okay, so it says it's need an update. We already installed the update. I will just restart it. Okay guys, so I will try to set up the Linux. I go to settings. After the update, you see it's they changed a bit the layout of the settings and everything. So I go to developers, turn on Linux. So the installation getting to its end. Now you can see that black window, it's the loading terminal for Linux. And now I will type the command to check the version of Linux. So now we can see what it's Debian, and the version is 11. Now I will install the Gnome Software Center, from where you can install Linux applications, and for that I will run some commands. First one, sudo apt update. You see the process, how it goes with loading some applications for Linux. Next command will be sudo apt upgrade. Click yes to continue. It will download and install packages. Next command will be sudo apt dist-upgrade. Now I type next command, sudo apt-get install gnome-software gnome-packagekit. All should be in one line, as you can see it on the screen. Press yes to continue. And just to say, you will see all these commands in the description. Okay guys, so we completed the installation of Gnome Software Center, and now I will try to start the Software Center. But before to run any Linux applications, make sure you already started terminal. It's like you launching Linux in the terminal, and after you can start the application. So this is the welcome screen of Software Center. I will try Genome Calculator. If you scroll down, you can see what the application is free. Also, you can see the size. Here, very important message. You can see Linux is low on disk space. Don't disregard this message because now you can see I press on install button and nothing happens because Linux complained it's low on disk space. So let's check a few more things. As you can see, this category is not updating as well. I will restart the computer now. Okay, so on the background, you can see that the menu to start the Linux terminal, it's called Penguin. I press on Penguin and you can see the Linux is not starting. Let's get to settings and check developers. Here we go to disk size and change resize Linux disk. Just wait for a bit. Okay, here I will put the maximum available. Unfortunately, my storage only 16 gigs and I cannot assign more than 4. Here I will shut down Linux, right click on that icon. And now I will restart the Penguin. Right click here and left click on Penguin. It looks way better than before. And I believe it will be working just in a couple of seconds. Let's start the software center and maybe we can install some applications from it. Okay, let's pick first one, Events. Click on install and you can see there is a problem, right? In this black notification. So let's try another one. I will pick a category, education. I will pick Golden Dict on install and same problem. Okay, let's try another one. But let's try to fix this problem. Actually, it suggests to run this command. So I bring terminal on, just a bit minimize, and I will type this command. But first I will type sudo to run this command with elevated permission. And you can see the command should be dpkg. Oops, I typed it wrong. Okay, let me fix this. So the command should be sudo dpkg dash dash configure dash a. You can see it's downloading packages. Okay, so I will minimize and try to start the installation. Few minutes later, it's done. I will try to start it here. I don't know. I also will start it from the menu. Holobot. It's educational game with some programming skills, etc. So apparently it started and I will try to maximize it. Oops, okay. So this is the game. I'm not going into playing this game, but apparently it's working. I want to try another application I installed before. It's a dictionary. So let's type something here. Trust. Okay, so there is the definition of the trust. And I guess you can switch for more dictionaries like here. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please press on like button, share with your friends, and please let me know in comments how it works for you if you like this video, and maybe you can suggest what I should record next.